Also shocking that we don't know more about these drones. This morning, New Jersey Governor Murphy holding an emergency meeting about the dozens of drones spotted all over the state, including these over my house. That's right in front of my house. Yesterday, lawmakers on Capitol Hill grilling the FBI for answers.
You're telling me we don't know what the hell these drones are in New Jersey are? Is that correct?
That's right.
That's madness that we don't know what these drones are.
I got an article right here, mystery drone spotted over New York, New Jersey, prompt calls for federal investigation. What can you tell us about what you guys do know?
We do not know the particular specifics of what those drones are.
Is there still a possibility of there being a threat? At the end of the day, that's what my constituents want to know.
I've just mentioned it concerns me that we don't know the answer to your question yet.
Come on, guys. This is beyond ridiculous here. These drones are the size of SUVs. SUVs. Do you know the damage you could do with a regular sized drone? You know, a drone like that can fit in your hand. I mean, if you attach the right payload to that, you could do some serious damage with one of those drones. You're talking about drones now that are the size of SUVs, and apparently, according to reports, when they're spotted, they black out. They cut off all the lights, and you lose them. This is beyond a national security incident. This is something that we right now, if I was the governor, I would say, hey, I'm grounding everything. Somebody knows what these things are. Okay. Now, some people are saying they're foreign assets. They could belong to foreign countries in terms of their drones. I doubt that, only because how does a foreign actor get SUV-sized drones into the country? Because you can't fly a drone like that distance overseas. So this is either the U.S. military, doing some stuff and they don't want to own up to it, or this is advanced technology. If you want to attribute that to whatever you want to, fill in the blank right there. But I'm having a hard time believing that nobody knows what they are, though.
Wow, that's shocking. Our next guest, who led that hearing, warns we still have no way of stopping enemies like China from using drones to spy on us. GOP Congressman Carlos Jimenez joins us now. Congressman, so first of all, this affects me directly. I live there. I've seen the drones in front of my house multiple times. I've been able to record it at least once. So they're saying they either belong to the U.S. government or they don't. And if our military or FBI doesn't know that, that's a problem, right?
Yeah, it is a huge problem. And we as a nation are woefully unprepared for the challenges and the threats that these drones and other drones may pose to our facilities, but also to American citizens. Who
specifically, which agency head would you say is most responsible for knowing this? Who should know this? Who should be on top of this and giving us information? It should be Alejandro Mayorkas. This is a threat to the homeland. And so both him and also the Department of Defense, if these drones are buzzing around sensitive areas. And so those two are the ones that are mainly responsible. And that's part of the problem, too, is that we have agencies all over the place that have some money allocated to drone defense. It really should be focused so that we understand this threat. By the way, this threat's just going to get worse and worse as these drones become more and more capable as AI is implemented and put into them. Yet you can't, on the one hand, say there's no threat, but we don't know what it is. I mean, because if you don't know what it is, you can't really tell me there's no threat. So what has Alejandro Mayorkas said on this, and why hasn't he been pressed more on it? We should press more. Look, yesterday was one of the first hearings we had on the drone threat. I've been, even way back when I was mayor of Miami-Dade County, I was very worried about drones and the threat that they pose to our airports and our port facilities, even on a local level. And so, yeah, we as a nation need to start focusing in on this threat. And we as a nation need to, if we in Congress have to make some laws that allows, the agencies to take more appropriate action, we need to do that. But also our capabilities, we don't have the capabilities that we need to deal with them today, much less the drones of the future, which are going to be more capable. Are you worried citizens are going to take this into their own hands? Yeah, somewhat, but I also worried that we are not paying, the federal government is not paying enough attention to how we can deal
with the threat that drones pose, not only just from surveillance, but also as an offensive weapon. Look what's happening in Ukraine and Russia and what they're doing with drones.
Yeah.
It poses a very serious threat.
Yeah, the cartels are using them as well on our southern border, and we're having trouble wrapping our arms around that as well. Congressman.
Wow. Guys, listen, I don't, you know, it's astonishing to me that you guys are, you know, you can track down a shooter of a CEO in a McDonald's in Pennsylvania within a couple days, but you can't tell me what an SUV-sized aircraft is hovering above my house. Really? You know, there's some things that the U.S. government seems to do well in terms of national security. Then there's other things that make you go, really? You know, right? On one hand, it's like, hey, we can, you know, the NSA can listen into all of our calls and do this and that. But on the other hand, it's like, we can't tell you why a young kid with a rifle was able to get on the sloped roof 150 yards from the president and take a shot. Really? Wow. Okay. Guys, there's no way that these drones are anything other than U.S. government test, maybe, or property, or they are something else in terms of if you want to go the UAP route or the UFO route, whatever you want to call it. The reason I say that is because, again, I can't see how a foreign nation gets SUV-sized drones across the oceans onto American soil and launch them without anybody being the wiser. Okay, now if these drones were like the size of regular drones, or maybe just a bit bigger, sure, maybe it's possible they were smuggled in and by some foreign countries and being used to spy on us. But the fact that they're as big as they are and the shapes that they are, some people are saying they're like, some are triangle shaped, some are other. So it's just like, it's crazy. Some are flying in a formation, and it seems to me that at this point, if I'm the governor or if I'm even the president at this point, I'm shutting it down. I'm going to say, who has the answers? Nobody. Okay, nobody has the answers? No. Okay, I tell you what, shut it down. I'm shutting down airspace over New Jersey and New York. I guarantee you the answers will come up quick then, with the amount of commerce and money that starts to get lost and people getting disgruntled about traveling. I guarantee you somebody will come up with an answer then. Now, they may just, if it's the federal government or the military, they may just be like, well, it was actually just something else and blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, guys, there's no way you can convince me that no one knows what these SUV-sized things are hovering within eye distance over people's houses in a major metropolitan area. Come on. But let me know what you think in the comments below. What do you think it is? Do you think it's the U.S. government? Do you think it's foreign nations, or do you think it's aliens or whatever? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, God bless. Talk to you later. Peace.